Hello everybody, welcome back to the sessions on power electronics by Ramana. This is the 11th session in the series in which we are going to discuss the working of single phase half wave controlled converter or rectifier with different loads, that is resistive and inductive. In the previous session we have discussed the fundamentals of power electronic converter circuits, how the devices are used as switches in power electronic converters, all those things. And those converters, when the basics of or the switching actions of power electronic devices inside the converters are used to convert AC to DC, that thing will be discussed in this session. We will discuss the working of a single phase half wave controlled converter with R load, that is when the load is only resistive, and the second case when the load is a combination of resistance and inductance. Mainly this sort of load will be the motor, and also we will be developing the waveforms, how the load voltage, load current will vary, how their shapes will be varying with respect to the source voltage and SCR voltage and SCR current, and also will derive expression for those values, load voltage and load current. This is the basic circuit of a single phase half wave controlled rectifier, which we have already seen in the previous session, where an SCR is connected in between an AC voltage source, single phase voltage source, and a resistive load. The source voltage, single phase, the expression for it is obviously Vm sin omega t, where Vm is the maximum voltage, and the load voltage is designated as V naught with the shown polarities. These polarities over here are shown only for the sake of discussion. It is not DC actually. It is AC. During the positive half cycle, the upper terminal is phase and the bottom terminal will be acting as neutral. In the other or negative half cycle, these terminals will get reversed. The voltage and current through the load will be reverse if no switches are opened in between. In this case, we have connected an SCR in series with the load, and the voltage across the SCR is designated as VT. VT, the load current is I naught. And as we have already discussed, when the forward breakover voltage of the SCR is reached or gate signal is given at a particular instant to turn on this SCR, this acts like a closed switch, load will get its current. Until then, when gate signal is not there, this SCR will be acting as if it were an open switch, wherein it lies in its forward blocking mode. During the positive half cycle, anode will be positive with respect to the cathode, or it will be in forward biased condition until gate signal is given, it will not conduct. When gate signal is given, it will enter into conduction mode from forward blocking mode to conduction mode. So during the forward blocking mode, entire voltage Vs will be appearing across the SCR, or Vt will be equal to Vs. Vt will be equal to Vs. Load will not be getting any voltage. No voltage will be appearing across the load terminals, that is V0 will be 0 and I0 will also be 0. And at a given instant, when gate signal is given at a particular angle called alpha, that is firing angle, as discussed in the previous session, alpha degrees, then SCR conducts or acts like a closed switch with almost negligible voltage drop or zero voltage drop, or it acts like a short circuit. Now load is directly connected to the source, means load voltage will then be equal to source voltage and full current flows through the load, or load current will be equal to source current. As we are considering a resistive load in this case, both the voltage and current will be in the same phase. That is, both load current and load voltage will be in the same phase. There will not be any lag or lead between them. They will be exactly in the same phase. So Vs is source voltage, V0 is average voltage across the load, I0 is average load current, Vt is voltage across the SCR. Output voltage is controlled by varying the firing angle alpha at which the SCR starts conducting. This variation of output voltage by varying the firing angle alpha itself is called as the phase control technique, which was mentioned in the previous session. Phase control technique is nothing but the firing angle control, where the angle at which an SCR is fired or triggered or turned on will be deciding the conduction time or conduction angle. As we have discussed, during the positive half cycle of supply voltage, the SCR is forward biased, and when fired at alpha, full supply voltage is applied to the load and current flows through it. Until then, there will not be any voltage and current in the load. Once SCR is on, load current flows until it is turned off by reversal of voltage at pi, 3 pi and so on. That is, positive half cycle is from 0 to pi. So once SCR is turned on at an angle alpha, till the end of the positive half cycle pi, or the next positive half cycle 3 pi, load will be getting its current, and after this pi or pi plus some angle or 3 pi plus some angle, voltage will get automatically reversed, being it an AC voltage. During the negative half cycle of supply voltage, the SCR is reverse biased as cathode becomes more positive with respect to anode, and so it blocks the supply voltage in reverse. So no current flows through the load. Again, no voltage will be appearing across the load. These are the waveforms of various parameters which we have to understand and discuss. The first one is the main supply voltage, source voltage, which is a sinusoidal AC. Positive half cycle is from 0 to pi and negative is from pi to 2 pi, and it continues. It is given by Vm sin omega t. And the other one is load voltage, which is shown in this red curve. And the last one is actually which you have to understand from this, the total waveforms. It is voltage across the SCR, VT. This blue line is the, or blue curve is the voltage across the SCR. Now once you switch on the supply, nothing will happen, as SCR is forward biased but not conducting. Nothing will happen. When we apply a gate pulse or triggering pulse, or when we fire the SCR at a given angle alpha, from 0 to this dotted line, this angle is your alpha, as shown here in this waveform. This is the angle alpha at which gate pulse is applied. Gate pulse is applied to the SCR. Until then, SCR will be blocking the total voltage in the forward blocking mode or off state. At alpha, because of the gate signal, SCR conducts. Now voltage across the SCR or voltage blocked by the SCR will become 0 totally. It will become 0, and full voltage or full source voltage as it is will be appearing across the load, and so the load voltage will have the same shape, or it is as it is the source voltage from alpha to pi, or during the positive half cycle from the angle alpha to pi, load voltage will be equal to source voltage. And as we are considering the load to be resistive, load current will also be following the same path as load voltage, or load current will be in same phase as the load voltage, or at the same instant alpha, load current will also come into existence. Current flows through the load and it will again reach its maximum value and decrease, just like a sinusoid, where source current, or simply it follows the source current. It follows the source current and again becomes 0 exactly at pi, or at the end of the positive half cycle. At pi, the source voltage will get reversed, that is negative half cycle. From pi to 2 pi, it will be reverse. During this half cycle, we will not apply any gate pulse or firing pulse, so SCR will be totally open or blocking the reverse voltage. Now the SCR voltage, the voltage across the SCR as shown with this red curve, or simply source voltage. SCR voltage will be nothing but the source voltage from pi to 2 pi, or it will be totally blocking the reverse voltage, that is reverse blocking mode. As SCR is blocking the total source voltage across it, the voltage reaching the load will be 0. So from pi to 2 pi, or during the negative half cycle, load will not be getting any voltage, and also the current or load current and also source current both will be 0. And the same things will be repeated in every cycle, that is from 2 pi onwards till 4 pi, and again 4 pi onwards till 6 pi likewise. In every positive half cycle, we will be turning on the SCR, and load will be getting voltage and current only in the positive half cycles, but not in the negative half cycles. And eventually the current or voltage will be like this in load. In a given full cycle, during the negative half cycle it is 0, so the effect of load voltage and load current in the load will be taken as an average value. Just for DC, it is a DC circuit. For all our purposes of derivations and expressions and understanding of the load performance, we will be considering the average effect of the load voltage and current flowing inside the load. So load voltage and load current are 0 from 0 to alpha. SCR is open, and load voltage and load current are 0 from 0 to alpha. From 0 to alpha they are 0, and also from pi to 2 pi, and also till the next firing instant, that is 2 pi plus alpha. So from 0 to alpha, and also from pi to 2 pi plus alpha, and also from 3 pi to 4 pi plus alpha. We can understand like that. They will be they will be 0. From 0 to alpha, alpha to 2 pi plus alpha, and so on, they will be 0. SCR conducts from alpha to pi, that is the conduction angle beta, or the period or time or the angle over which SCR conducts. In the next cycle it repeats, that is from 2 pi plus alpha. This is the instant where it will be triggered in the next cycle. Till 3 pi it will conduct. So full supply voltage appears across the load from alpha to pi. From alpha to pi, SCR is conducting, so load gets full supply voltage from 2 pi plus alpha to 3 pi, and so on, due to the conduction of SCR during those periods. And interestingly, it is for half wave rectification, where we will be allowing only one gate pulse, or we will be allowing load current to flow in only one half cycle. So we will be calling as only one pulse of load current. Only one pulse of load current is allowed during one cycle of source voltage. In a given full cycle comprising of two half cycles, we will be allowing load current to flow only during a given half cycle. Greater the firing delay angle alpha or firing angle alpha, the lower is V naught. It is obvious, as we have discussed in the previous sessions also. If the alpha is 0 means load will get its voltage and current right from the 0 instant, or full half cycle will be flowing through the load. So greater power can be delivered to the load. If alpha has got some value more than 0 degrees, maybe 1 degree or even 10 degrees or whatever, within the half cycle, alpha is greater than 0, beta, the conduction angle, will be less than 180 degrees. Conduction angle will be less than 180 degrees. Once the conduction angle is less than 180 degrees, power transferred to the load will be less. That can be understood from the equation shown in this, where we will be deriving for the average voltage. V naught in terms of firing angle alpha can be written or understood as, where we will be taking the average voltage, so 1 by 2 pi over full cycle, where the span is from 0 to 2 pi, we will be dividing the equation with 2 pi. So V naught, that is the load voltage, average load voltage, is 1 by 2 pi integral of alpha to pi, only, because from 0 to alpha it is 0, and also from pi to 2 pi also it is 0. So we will be considering the equation Vs is equal to Vm sin omega t, or V naught will be equal to Vs during alpha to pi, which is equal to Vm sin omega t. So taking an integral of the expression from alpha to pi, we will get it as Vm, again the constant, take it outside, Vm by 2 pi, maximum value or peak value, integral of sin omega t is minus cos omega t, limits are alpha to pi. When you apply the limits and simplify the expression, we will get it as V naught, the average load voltage is equal to Vm by 2 pi into 1 plus cos alpha. This is the governing expression for the average load voltage, Vm by 2 pi into 1 plus cos alpha. Just substitute various values for alpha from 0 to 180. You can understand how it varies. V0 with varying values of alpha. At alpha is equal to 0 degrees, cos 0 is 1. So 1 plus 1, 2, 2, 2 gets cancelled. Its value becomes Vm by pi. Its value becomes Vm by pi. This is the maximum possible average value. So during the positive half cycle, it will be there. During the negative half cycle, it will be 0. So the average value becomes Vm by pi. When alpha is 90 degrees, that is cos 90 will become 0. It becomes Vm by 2 pi. Vm by 2 pi. So this will be further decreased. The average value becomes Vm by 2 pi. It becomes half when compared to alpha as 0 degrees. And if alpha is 180 degrees, means the total half cycle you are obstructing. Negative half cycle is also obstructed, cos 180. So it becomes minus 1. The total thing becomes 0. Average load voltage you will be getting is 0. So this is average load expression for average load voltage and how it varies with varying alpha, that is firing angle. Average load current can be simply understood as average load voltage by load resistance R, or I0 is equal to V0 by R, that is Vm by 2 pi R into 1 plus cos alpha. And as load is resistive, I0 is in phase with V0 for resistive load. During non-conduction period, Vt has the wave shape of supply voltage. Yes, we have discussed that. Vt, that is voltage across SCR, is equal to Vs. That is from 0 to alpha. From 0 to alpha and also pi to 2 pi. During the conduction period of SCR, Vt is 0. Then V0 will be equal to Vs. Both the peak forward and peak reverse voltages are equal to Vm of the supply. But however, in both the half cycles, the SCR has to withstand and obstruct or block maximum value of the forward and reverse voltages. That is maximum plus Vm and minus Vm. Voltages have to be blocked by the SCR in forward and reverse directions. So that is the case with single phase half wave control rectifier when the load is resistive. Next we will take up the case of the same rectifier where load is inductive or a combination of resistance and inductance. Pure inductance does not exist in the nature. Once we call it as inductance load or inductive load, it is deemed to be understood that a resistance or the resistive component of the inductive load will be shown in series with the load. So an inductive load is always shown as an R and L in series. So the circuit comprises of RL load in series with the SCR. To go back to the fundamentals, the simple and most important difference between an inductive load and a resistive load is inductive current or current through an inductor or inductive load always lags behind the load voltage. So whatever load voltage which appears across the load, the actual load current flowing through the load will be lagging behind the voltage by an angle phi, which is called as the phase difference or lagging angle. So inductive current waveform will always be trailing behind the load voltage waveform, and but will be having exactly the same shape as the load voltage, that is the sinusoidal shape, but will differ in magnitude, as current is always voltage by the impedance or inductive reactance or resistance. Similar waveform, similar working as discussed in the previous example will come into picture, except for the lagging of current. Because of that lagging current, the shapes of the waveforms will differ, and also performance of the load will also get affected. At omega t is equal to alpha, that is firing angle, SCR is turned on by gate signal to conduct, and load voltage becomes equal to supply voltage. Until then, load voltage will be 0. Load current will also be 0. But once the load voltage comes into existence, load current lags behind the load voltage by an angle phi. At omega t equal to pi, V naught is 0, but I naught is not 0 due to inductance. Why? Because the basic nature of an inductance is it will oppose the change in current. It will oppose the change in current. So when this source voltage or supply voltage becomes 0 at pi, load voltage will also become 0, but due to the inherent inductive nature of the load current or load, some time will be required for the I naught will be, to become 0, or at the instant omega t is equal to pi, whatever leftover magnitude of I naught would be existing, that will become 0 only after some time. So during that time, load will be getting negative or reverse voltage, but current will be positive. That is explained in this, from omega t equal to pi to beta, even after pi up to some angle beta from 0, SCR is subjected to reverse anode voltage due to the opposing inductance voltage, but the SCR will not be turned off, as load current I naught is still greater than the holding current. That is, load current will still be decreasing gradually, but it will be more than the holding current, so that will be sufficient to maintain the SCR in conduction mode or on state. Once this load current becomes 0 due to the opposition from the inductance voltage, then only SCR will be turned off at some angle beta greater than pi. At some angle beta greater than pi, I naught reduces to 0 and SCR is turned off, as it is already reverse biased. Because at pi, angle pi itself, SCR is getting reverse voltage or negative voltage, that it was already under reverse bias, but current was not 0. And this angle beta is the angle at which current becomes 0. So from alpha, omega equal to alpha, at this instant current starts to flow through the SCR and the load, and it becomes 0 at beta, which is more than pi. So from alpha to beta, the conduction will be taking place through the load, that is your and this is the angle at which the current becomes 0. Beta will be called as extinction angle, and beta minus alpha, that is the period during which conduction takes place, it will be your conduction angle or gamma. and these are the waveforms drawn with respect to the working of single phase half wave fully controlled converter with RL load. Source voltage as same as the previous case, whether with R load or RL load, it will be the same. SCR voltage VT, this will also be the same. This will also be the same. Before alpha, that is from 0 to alpha, SCR will be blocking full voltage, supply voltage, or VT will be equal to Vs. VT will be equal to Vs. And once it is turned on at an angle alpha, it is closed or it conducts, it acts like a shorted or closed switch, and voltage across that SCR will be 0 till the current becomes 0 through it. That is angle beta, extinction angle. Extinction angle is the angle at which the current through the load and SCR becomes 0. So until then voltage will be 0. At that moment reverse voltage will be appearing across the SCR. In case of resistive load, total negative half cycle was appearing across the SCR, and total negative half cycle source voltage will be blocked by the SCR from pi to 2 pi. But in this case, SCR will be blocking reverse voltage from beta to 2 pi. Beta to 2 pi. And SCR will be conducting from alpha to beta. Alpha to beta. All the angles are measured from 0. Alpha from 0, beta also from 0. Now come to the voltage, load voltage. It is shown in the second waveform. Once the SCR is turned on or triggered at alpha, SCR conducts, so full voltage appears across the load. Load voltage will become equal to source voltage, and the positive load voltage becomes 0, or load voltage in the given direction becomes 0, but due to the inductive action which will be opposing the decrement of the current, still there will be some current flowing in the SCR as well as the load, so reverse voltage will be appearing across the load terminals, again which is equal to source voltage in the negative half cycle, or load voltage will be positive from alpha to pi, and from pi to beta, it will be negative, and then load voltage will become 0 totally and will be maintained 0 from beta to 2 pi plus alpha. 2 pi plus alpha is the firing angle at which the SCR will be turned on again in the next positive half cycle. So the instant during which reverse voltage appears across the load is pi to beta, or beta minus pi is the duration. Beta minus pi is the duration during which load will be subjected to negative voltage. But what happens to the current? Current will not be negative, but it will take certain time to become 0. Due to the inductive nature of the current, at angle alpha, voltage will be immediately becoming equal to the source voltage, but load current or due to the inductance will not be following the voltage, it will be lagging, so it will be gradually increasing. It reaches a maximum value and then starts to decrease. due to the decrease of load voltage which is following the source voltage, and at the instant that is at pi load voltage is becoming zero and getting reversed due to the source voltage and also inductance. But see, at this point current is still positive and it is not meager in magnitude. This current is high, it will be more than the holding current. SCR will still be conducting. SCR will be conducting still. It will take certain time, certain definite time to become zero, and load current becomes zero at an angle beta. At an angle beta, load current becomes zero. So the load current will be flowing from alpha to beta, or this beta minus alpha is called as your gamma in this case, which is the actual conduction period or conduction angle during which current flows through the load. And once it becomes zero, now between pi from beta, this is the angle beta to 2 pi plus alpha, beta to 2 pi plus alpha, both load current and load voltage will be zero. Then again at 2 pi plus alpha, when gate signal is applied, SCR turns on in the next positive half cycle. Thus the cycle continues and current follows the load voltage. The same cycle repeats for all the cases. This is how a single phase half wave rectifier supplying to an inductive load behaves. And the period during which this reverse voltage is applied across the load and this current flows, this energy or the energy stored inside the inductor is wasted in the in the zero period, that is from beta to 2 pi plus alpha. This beta to 2 pi plus alpha, you will not be getting any current. In case of resistive load circuit, that is a previous example also, the total current and voltage were totally zero. So the average load current and voltage are very discontinuous. In both these cases current is discontinuous, so the load performance will not be satisfactory. And also in this inductive load case, the total energy stored inside the inductor during this positive half cycle of the supply voltage will not be utilized to its full extent. It will be wasted. How to improve on that, those things will be discussed in the next session. And to just to have to again go through whatever we have discussed, it is load current is driven by load voltage from alpha to pi. From pi to beta, the load voltage is negative and load current is maintained by inductance L. After omega t is equal to beta, both V0 and I0 is 0. At omega t is equal to 2 pi plus alpha, SCR is triggered again and the load voltage and currents appear as before, where beta is called the extinction angle, beta minus alpha, gamma is called as conduction angle. The waveform of SCR voltage reveals that when omega t equal to alpha, Vt is Vm sin alpha, alpha to beta, that is conduction is taking place, voltage across SCR will be 0, it is a short circuit or closed switch. Omega t equal to beta, Vt will be equal to Vm sin beta. As beta is greater than pi, Vt is negative and therefore SCR is reverse biased from beta to 2 pi. It is deemed to be understood. As the SCR is reverse biased for 2 pi minus beta radians, the circuit turn-off time can be calculated as, or this is the time during which it is reverse biased but still conducting, SCR. So that is beta minus, depending on that beta minus pi, you have to calculate. From beta to 2 pi, beta is extinction angle, from beta to 2 pi only it will be reverse biased. From pi to beta it will still be conducting. So the circuit turn off time can be calculated as Tc is equal to 2 pi minus beta by omega second, where omega is 2 pi f and f is the supply frequency of frequency in hertz or cycles per second. Average load voltage, as in the previous case of resistive load, simply can be applied. Same rules can be applied over here. V0 is equal to 1 by 2 pi, the span for the full cycle, alpha to beta. The conduction takes place from alpha to beta only. Vm sin omega t d omega t, or it can be calculated as cos alpha minus cos beta. Vm by 2 pi into cos alpha minus cos beta. Again, average load current is nothing but the voltage by resistance. It is a case of DC load, so in this case no inductive reactance comes into picture. So I0 will be equal to Vm by 2 pi r into cos alpha minus cos beta. So thus we come to the end of the session, in which we have discussed the working of single phase half wave controlled converter or rectifier with R and RL loads taken separately, in which with RL load we have discussed the effect of load inductance on the current elaboratedly, and also the SCR voltage and reverse biasing. Discussed how the voltage and current waveforms will take the shape, and also found out expressions for them. And the time for a simple quiz questions. A single phase controlled converter produces dash of load current during one cycle of source voltage. 1 or 2. It is half wave controlled converter, obviously only one pulse of load current of a given half cycle will be allowed. So one pulse is your answer. Average load voltage V0 of a single phase half wave controlled converter with R load is given by, it is Vm by 2 pi 1 plus cos alpha. Just recall the expression Vm by 2 pi into 1 plus cos alpha. In case of a single phase half wave controlled converter with RL load at omega equal to pi, V0 is 0, but I0 is not 0 due to, obviously it is straightforward, which you should never forget, this load inductance. Due to load inductance, V0 will be 0 at pi itself, but I0 will not become 0. The SCR is dash biased from beta to 2 pi in the above RL load case. Biased from beta extinction angle to 2 pi, obviously it is reverse bias. Average load voltage of a single phase half wave controlled converter with RL load is given by, again recall from the expression, it is Vm by 2 pi into cos alpha minus cos beta. These are the important questions, or the type of questions which may be asked from different perspective angles of the working of both the circuits. Explain the working of a single phase HWCC with R load, draw the output waveforms, derive the expressions for V0 and I0 in the case of R load, define firing, conduction and extinction angles, and the same questions, same sort of things can be repeated for the circuit with RL load also. So that is the working of single phase half wave fully controlled converter with R load and RL load discussed separately, where we discussed and developed the waveforms and also developed the expressions. In the next session, we will be discussing how to eliminate the problems faced due to the inductive action of the load in case of single phase half wave rectifiers. Thank you.